What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I know who's not having a wonderful day, and that is Rachel Zegler and Disney, as the Thursday preview numbers are out, and they are bad. Very, very bad. Now, I, again, will continue to hedge and say, well, it's still a Disney movie, and parents still want some time alone. I don't see a scenario where this movie doesn't earn at least $400, $500, $600 at the box office. That said, that would be a financial loss of more than $150 million for the film, if that's all that they made. The Rotten Tomato score actually continues to go down, which is bonkers. This is Friday. This is a good news Friday. I've got this video. Then I've got another video where I'm giving a bunch of stuff away. Gaming computer from Meta PCs and all sorts of stuff. So you want to look out for that. Doesn't cost anything to enter. It's just a huge thank you. And let's get to this. By the way, I wanted to show you the progress on our Mega Mixology book, which now is over 100 hilarious meme recipes. It's just like our Tailgates for Trump book, but way more recipes. You've got the red, white, and blue. You've got the 51st date. You've got Lib Tears, which is 2 ounces vodka, 1 ounce of blue curacao, 1 ounce of Sambuca. About America's first milkshake. We've got all sorts of stuff that has booze, doesn't have booze. How about Summer of Love, Flaming Shots, 1/2 ounce cinnamon whiskey, 1/2 ounce Jägermeister, 1/4 ounce 151, Tabasco chili flakes, light on fire and enjoy. The Make Greenland Great Again drink. We've got the Project 2025 Punch, Rogan's Junior Refresher, watermelon juice, lime juice, club soda, honey, strawberries, and a lime sliced for the rim. We've got so many hilarious. This is going to be over 100. It makes the perfect gift. Pick yours up today. Pre-order yours today at thequartering.com/shop. Or if you just go to The Quartering, you see the shop button in the upper right. You can click on that and pre-order yours today. Goes directly to helping us build the new studio. By the way, I will be working with Scott Pressler here in Wisconsin. Look out for some content there on Thursday. So lots of good stuff going on. Box office, Snow White makes $3.5 million in previews. Snow White is singing her way into the box office this weekend as the latest live-action Disney remake to hit the big screen. Starring loser Rachel Zegler as the iconic Disney princess, Snow White has made $3.5 million in Thursday previews so far at the box office. It's projected to make $45 to $55 million in its opening weekend, plus another $50 million internationally for a worldwide launch around $100 million. I would say anything more than that probably bodes pretty well for Disney. They end up blowing it out of the water and have $130, $140 million. It's possible that you're gonna. This movie could end up making $1 billion. If it's significantly lower than the $100 million, 70, 80 million, that would be obviously very, very bad and would bode for the movie losing close to $200 million. Based on projections, Snow White will end up below 2023's Little Mermaid remake, which opened with $95 million, and more in line with Dumbo, which launched with $45 million. Little Mermaid had $10.3 million in Thursday previews. So this is a third. It only made 30% of what Little Mermaid made. That's actually bonkers. Dumbo took flight with $2.6 million. Snow White costs more than $250 million plus marketing costs, so will need to stick around in theaters and play well with families to turn a profit. Disney's most recent release, the photorealistic Mufasa, the Lion King, opened to just $35 million. In December, but managed to make $252 million domestically and $716 million worldwide. So that movie ended up making money. West Side Story and Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes star loser Zegler puts her spin on Snow White opposite Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot as the evil queen. Directed by Mark Webb, this iteration of the 1937 classic tale introduces some new songs no one asked for and a bunch of other crap they didn't ask for. This is not good. The Wall Street Journal. Disney's new Snow White movie is making pretty much everyone mad. The live-action remake of the studio's beloved classic managed to hit every possible cultural landmine on its journey to the theaters. The new Snow White film wasted no time hurling insults at the original version, saying it had antiquated ideas about women in power. When the movie started filming, it created a rift in the dwarf actor community to use real or not real dwarfs. The New York Post dubbed it Snow Woke. Hollywood shut down production, and a literal fire broke out and damaged the thatched roofing of one of the cottages on the set. The actress playing Snow White and the Evil Queen even staked out opposing sides of the battle in Gaza. Disney's latest movie has been a grim fairy tale. When executives at Walt Disney Company decided a decade ago to make a, quote, modern Snow White, they didn't imagine it would cause such a stir. They wanted to produce a new version of one of its beloved classic princess films that would appeal to, or at least not offend, everyone. They'd successfully done so with other sacred cows, such as The Lion King and Mary Poppins. Instead, it seemed like all of their decisions managed to make people angry. This Snow White would have been more of a backbone. This Snow White would have had more of a backbone than her predecessor. They decried. She isn't just waiting around for a prince. Her name would be inspired by a snowstorm instead of having skin as white as snow. Snow White would be played by a Latina actress, Rachel Zegler. The dwarfs would be computer generated, not human performers. Disney spent nearly $300 million to make Snow White, which opens Friday. It is expected to bring in a debut weekend gross around $50 million in the U.S. That's not a massive haul compared to other opening weekends of previous Disney reimaginings like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, both of which open with weekends near $200 million. So 25% of what they did. Early reviews have been somewhat positive if you don't count the online mobs. No, they haven't. Early reviews have been wildly negative. Disney's live-action updates have produced their shares of 6 of the films that have grossed more than $1 billion each worldwide. Other remake classics like Dumbo failed to take off, and Pinocchio, starring Tom Hanks as Geppetto, was panned by critics. Snow White is one of 2 live-action remakes Disney's releasing this year. Lilo and Stitch follows this summer, with Moana scheduled for next year, and Tangled and others in development. The Lilo and Stitch one, based on what people's reactions to it, people seem like pretty okay with it. I think that movie came out after I was an adult, and so I don't have any connection to that movie at all, or I'd never seen it. Of course, the problems for Snow White began when soon after West Side Story actress, West Side Story lost $150 million too, announced that her character would be opposite Wonder Woman. Before filming, Zegler referred to the animated film as extremely dated. Her remarks were an articulation of the tension Disney faces when remaking beloved movies at a different time with different societal norms. To move forward with the Snow White, Disney executives tried to anticipate what today's audience would expect, and they failed. They also contended with ugly responses to the casting of Zegler, who is Colombian, with some fans posted on social media that it was hard to square with the character who's known for her pale skin. Fairest of them all in this version would have been the expanded definition to mean the kindest, not just the most beautiful. Yes, I'm Snow White. No, I'm not bleaching my skin for the role, she posted on social media before later, of course, deleting that message. She described the critics this way: losers obsessed with maintaining the bloodline purity of cartoon princesses. So now she calls people criticizing her losers. Disney was already wading into various culture wars before Zegler's casting. When they did all the Peter Pan stuff, Snow White soon turned into a punching bag for conservative YouTube commentators. Nightmare fuel. Rachel Zegler turned Snow White into a total joke, played one video. After Donald Trump's re-election, the actress fueled more ire when she posted a statement on Instagram saying, "May Trump supporters and Trump voters and Trump himself know never know peace." Remember, this is a woman that every problem that this movie has had or will have has been self-inflicted. 100% self-inflicted. This is not people not liking Rachel Zegler because of her skin color. This is people not liking Rachel Zegler because she sucks. You see this: Snow White off to a sleepy start at the U.S. box office following negative backlash. Snow White's trending. Reminder that Disney Snow White actress posted an F Donald Trump after the election, and she wrote, "May Trump supporters never know peace." Every single thread on X is negative. IMDb gives it a 2.3 out of 10. Everything, and I mean everything, is bad. This is here. Snow White Thursday box office trouble. 3.5 million. Is Disney in trouble? Again, it's hard to know for sure, because it's still a Disney movie. But 65 more reviews came in since yesterday. And this went from a 47 or 48% down to a 45% certified rotten. Snow White may not deserve the hate, but I can't call it a success. Snow White is a missed opportunity. The film's biggest sin is that any of its controversies, but it's simply not fun. The film is completely boring, monotonous, with characters rendered insignificant in an attempt to emphasize the princess's ridiculous personality. This is a review in Spanish, by the way. As for the Seven Dwarves, let's just say the filmmakers were between a rock and a hard place in how to approach this vital part of the history. No, they weren't just used dwarfs. Used dwarf actors. No, the answer came up with wasn't memorable, unless maybe A Little Nightmare or two is your cup of tea. This isn't a film that the viewer engages with. It's just something that plays in the background. Perhaps the most charitable thing I can say about Disney Snow White is that it might be so bad it's good. Yikes. Absolute yikers. And the box, we'll see on Monday what the total box office looks like. I may actually update this on Saturday. Don't forget to pre-order your hilarious mega mixology book or pick up the old Tailgates for Trump. They're shipping at the end of April, and they support the channel directly. We'll talk to you again real soon. Link in the description, by the way.